Hi everyone, this is Ed from Demon Speed Motorsports. I'm here today to have a little helpful video on exactly how to assemble your roller skates for the air jacks. So I've got another video online that shows you exactly why you should be getting them, but this video specifically is for how to assemble them. We've had some customers call in with some confusion, so what we wanted to do was make this video so that we could send out a QR code so that any of our customers could see exactly how it goes together and be able to do it. Now, we don't send them out assembled because it would make the box much larger, and to keep the shipping cost down, we send them out unassembled. So let me go through this real quick. Now, these are my roller skates. They're used, and I didn't take them completely apart, meaning I didn't take all three wheels off of them. I only took one wheel off because I assumed that that would be enough to show everybody how it goes through. So this is one of the rears, and you can see that it's one of the rears because it's not symmetric. And the way that this actually works is that the curved part reaches behind the rear wheel on the car to tuck it in a little bit better. The part that goes around the air jack itself is at the correct angle when this face is square with the car. So the way that we know which side we're putting together and to make sure that we're putting it together properly, you can see on this side of the plate there's a chamfer on the where the wheels go, and you can see that we have a flathead screw that goes into there, and it should set flush with the plate when you have everything on its right side. So you put the flathead screw through, it sits flush, and then you take your wheel from the opposite side and just push that up, and you'll have some of the threads extending through inside this wheel area here, and you just sneak the nut in. We'll keep trying. It'll come. Let's see. There we go. You spin it on until the nylon of the lock nut starts to catch in. Then you take your 19mm wrench, you put that in there, you've got your Allen key, and you can just tighten that down until it seats. No need to get crazy with the torque. The nylon lock nut will make sure that it doesn't loosen up, and there's not really much of a load carrying on that nut, since it's not so much in tension as other things. So now let me roll this out of the way a little bit here without actually pushing it off the table. And what you also get is you get these three components and a set of socket head cap screws. So what you have here is this piece here that has the shape to it. This is the top piece. And you'll also know that by you take your socket head screw and you put it in, and it seats down into the recess that we made specifically for the head of the socket head cap screw. So that's the top. This part we call the spacer, because this is the part that, depending on which height of of roller skates you get, this will be thinner or thicker. This is actually the thinnest thickness that we offer. However, some cars droop more than others, so we offer, droop meaning the shocks droop more, so the tire is liable to touch the ground if you have the shortest one with shocks that droop more. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's your spacer, and then you've got this rubber piece that goes in between. Now, if you watch the video for how they work, you'll see that this rubber piece, what it does is when everything's assembled and you put it in on your air jack, the way that this is designed, this little straight section here is a little tight, so it has some friction as you put it into your air jack. And the reason for that is if you're running around and doing all three, You want it to go on and stay there while you run around and put the other two on. So it looked pretty funny if you were running around the car and you keep on having to put the roller skates on there and they roll away on you. So that's the purpose of this rubber piece. It also acts as kind of like a little bit of a shock absorber as you release the car. Now you should never really drop the car onto these. You should lower the car onto these. However, things do happen, and this will help take the brunt of that impact force. So you've got your three pieces: your spacer, your rubber piece, and your top piece. So you take your rubber piece, you put that onto your spacer, and then you take your top piece and you put that onto your rubber piece. And then you just kind of line up the holes, and you can take these and drop them in to do a little bit of a pre-assembly. Now it's nice having these in there and poking out at the bottom, and I'll show you why. So there you go, there's your sandwich, right? And you take this onto the skate and you line that up. So I've got it lined up right now so it's facing you guys. And you take this and you line it up so it's facing you guys, and you can see exactly where they're supposed to go. And if you just jiggle it around a little bit, you can see here it's caught because those screws sticking down caught into the threads below. And now that you've got them like that, you can just run around and tighten these 5 screws up. Another little tip and trick that we found out, and now we're capitalizing on a little bit, is that the rubber piece, the amount of tension that it has on your air jack leg when the air jack is down is really predicated on how much you tighten these screws down. So what you can do is you put these on and you can tighten them down a bit, and then try it on your car, your air jacks, and if it's a little too tight, you can loosen these up a little bit. If it's a little too loose, you can tighten them down a little bit, and what that does is it squishes the rubber a little bit to extrude it in a little bit more, or loosening it makes it so it gives it a little bit more free play. The other side of that is that as it may wear over time, you can cinch these down a little bit more and get a little bit more tension on there, so it can be like it was when you first got it after some time. So there it is on there. Now the other thing I do want to mention is that you can see mine are beat up a little bit because I have been using them a lot. It's on the top piece, and the rubber piece does wear, like I said. We do offer any of these pieces. They're not items on our website store because we don't want to have too many miscellaneous items on our website store. But if you do have any need for any of the individual components, wheels, the top piece, the rubber piece, anything, you change cars, so now you need different height spacers, or you change shocks and now they droop more and you need a taller spacer so that the tire stays off of the ground, give us a call. We're happy to help with any other parts, individual parts. They're all for sale, they're all available. Just give us a call and we can help out. Again, this was Ed from Demon Speed Motorsports. Thank you.